Down here, the ocean turns silent and vast, like a world without edges.
Every grain of sand moves slowly, guided by currents we can't feel at the surface.
Flounder move like shadows over sand, traveling in quiet groups before the hunt begins. Two eyes on one side, built for ambush, built to disappear, built to strike.
Up top, steel and weather set the tempo for everything we do down below. Before a single hook touches water, the deck becomes a factory line of rope, steel, and discipline. Consistent bait makes the scent trail predictable, and predictability becomes catch. The hauler has to pull smooth, because deep tension turns small mistakes into broken gear. Spacing matters. Too tight and hooks tangle, too wide and the bottom goes quiet.
A ship this size buys stability, and stability buys time to work the gear right. On the bottom, the line becomes a quiet path of scent and steel. Flounder don't rush. They test the water, the sand, and the smell before they commit. On deck, every step has a place, because rope under load doesn't forgive mistakes.
Setting the line is controlled release. Too fast and it tangles, too slow and you lose the window.
The bait drifts just enough to whisper, and the flounder listens with its whole body.
This isn't enforcement, just a fishing bridge, reading weather and timing the haul for the next strike.
A sharp hook and a clean clip can be the difference between a record fish and an empty leader.
Markers ride the surface, but the real story is dragging a scent trail across the dark bottom.
For now, they glide past, calm, before steel turns movement into struggle.
Hauling begins with alignment. Get the ship right, or the sea will fight you for every meter.
The first pull is always careful, because deep load builds slow, then hits hard.
Tension changes everything. Bait moves, and the bottom wakes up. They don't chase, flounder position, then strike with a sudden, controlled snap. Contact. Steel meets muscle, and the fight begins in total darkness. A flat body turns into a powerful paddle, and the seabed erupts under its first burst.
On deck, you feel the fish before you see it, through the rope, through the machine, through your feet.
One bite becomes many. When a herd finds the scent line, the hooks don't stay empty for long. Double tension, two heavy fish pulling in different directions on the same line.
Each Gangian is a checkpoint. Inspect fast, move clean, keep the line flowing. The surface breaks, dark water turns white, and the fish finally shows its weight.
At the rail, the giant flounder turns sideways and fights like a living sail, refusing to lift.
Landing takes teamwork, net, rope, timing, because one bad lift can snap gear or break bones.
On steel, every slap is force. This fish is built like a living shield.
Control, unhook, and tank. Fast steps that keep the fish alive and the workflow moving.
Rebaiting is the heartbeat. Every hook reset is another chance at a giant on the bottom.
Between bites, the deep looks endless. Quiet space waiting for the next strike.
The flounder aren't alone. Down here, different species share the same cold highway of sand and current.
Even while hauling, the boat keeps setting, because stopping means losing the school's movement window.
They read the scent like a map, sliding in low, keeping their bodies tight to the sand.
That hook set is clean, quiet, sharp, and final. It tries to bury itself in silt, but the line keeps moving, pulling it out of its own camouflage.
Now the tempo climbs, because the sea is rising and the line still has fish on it.
This is where the ocean starts taking swings back.
Under heavy load, rope becomes a weapon, so every man keeps distance and focus.
When the bottom lights up with flounder, the line turns into a chain of fights. A flat body can plane like a sail, turning water pressure into resistance. Two giants at once, both hooked, both fighting, both throwing water like a breaker.
Landing becomes a relay. Secure one fish while the next one tries to tear free in the swell.
On deck, that fish is pure torque, muscle against steel, refusing to calm down.
The tank buys control. Keep oxygen high, keep stress low, keep quality premium.
Storm work is speed with precision. Fast hands, calm breathing, no wasted motion.
Even with storms above, the deep stays steady. Only the line's slow sway reveals the surface chaos. Hunger overrides caution. This bite is committed, violent, and immediate.
Now the ship climbs and drops, and every landing at the rail becomes dangerous timing.
Salt spray blinds you, but the line still has to move, meter by meter, hook by hook.
At the surface, the swell turns the flounder into a battering ram, but the big longliner keeps the line steady.
You wait for the rise, then lift, fast, before the next drop crushes the chance. A big flounder slides like a shield, smooth, heavy, and hard to pin down.
The tank fills fast, and oxygen becomes as valuable as bait.
Check the leader on that one. This hook is dull, replacing it now.
Down below, the line hums, an invisible signal that brings predators out of hiding. Its first instinct is to vanish, bury, press, and hold, but the hook keeps it exposed. The bite is decisive. Steel sets, the leader goes tight, and the flounder's camouflage turns into struggle.
In heavy roll, communication is safety. Short calls, clear moves, no hesitation.
That flat body throws water like a shovel, and the big longliner keeps the leader tight through every surge.
One clean net shot ends the rail chaos. Then the deck fight starts all over again.
You can hear the weight in every hit. This isn't a small fish, it's a living slab of power.
The deep stays cold and calm, even as the surface turns violent above it.
Full tanks mean the catch is real, and now the priority becomes oxygen and temperature control. In rough weather, protecting bait is protecting the next set. Wet bait washes out and costs fish.
Small problems become big disasters in a storm, so fixes have to be instant and clean.
This fish fights like a door in the wind, flat, heavy, and impossible to steady.
Uncoordinated pull, because hesitation at the rail is how hooks tear free.
The deck turns into a wrestling mat, and the fish never stops trying to slide away.
More flounder arrive, camouflage moving as a wave across the sand. Another clean hookup, fast bite, tight line, immediate resistance.
Even in heavy roll, the set continues, because the best bite window doesn't wait for calm water. As light fades, the work doesn't. Only the risk changes shape. Under lights, everything looks sharper. Hooks, rope, and the danger of one wrong grab. The swell lifts the flounder like a flag, then slams it back down, and the longliner has to hold steady.
Get it off the rail fast, because the next wave is already coming.
Grab the tail, careful now.
I'm trying to get the hook out, it's thrashing too much.
All right, easy, let's move it to the tank.
Now it's volume, tank after tank, fish after fish, controlled by airflow and cold water.
The deck never stops producing. Bait in, hooks out, fish up, repeat at full speed.
Down here, the line disappears into darkness, but the flounder keep finding it by scent alone.
The bite stacks up, one fish after another, and the longliner's rail becomes a non-stop landing zone. This is the peak. Heavy seas, heavy fish, and a deck running like a machine. For a moment, they celebrate, because numbers like this don't happen by accident.
Steel, bait, and skill turned into a mountain of flatfish on one hard day at sea.
Processing starts simple. Clean first, then chill fast, because quality is a race against time.
Clean cuts and clean water. Less waste, better texture, and a safer cold chain.
Ice is protection, locking in freshness from deck to dock without shortcuts. A clean deck ends the day the right way, ready for the next set, ready for the next storm. Flounder meat is delicate. Handled right, it stays clean, sweet, and firm.
Simple heat, fast finish, because overcooking is how you lose what the deep gave you.
On the ship, the reward is simple. Fresh fish, clean flavor, and a few quiet minutes to eat.
In a fine kitchen, preparation is precision. Every cut made to protect that delicate flake. A quick sear builds color while the center stays soft and clean, exactly what flounder needs. The sauce is restrained, enough to lift the fish, never enough to hide it. From sand camouflage to white porcelain, this is the transformation the ocean demands.
Quiet service carries the whole chain, sea, ship, and storm, into a calm room.
A perfect flake is proof, handled right at sea, finished right on land.
The taste is clean and light, like the deep itself, but warmer, softer, and earned.
Finishing touches look effortless, but they rest on brutal work done in wind and spray.
In the end, the storm becomes a memory, reduced to one quiet meal.
The plate is empty, but the story behind it's heavy. Deep water, hard weather, and earned precision.
Out here, the sea resets fast. Only the wake remembers what it took to bring giants up from the sand.